Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are someone like me who suffers from dark circles underneath your eyes, you might want to listen to this video or pay attention to this video. I recently got the NDYAG laser underneath my eyes for purple and blue veins, and I cannot tell you how much of a difference it has made in my under eyes. In today's video, I'll be talking to you all about my experience, showing you what the procedure was like. So if you're interested and you're someone who also suffers from dark circles under your eyes, this video might be for you. Let's hit that like button, subscribe, and jump into today's video. Okay guys, so ultimately, after I was done breastfeeding, after I was done, being pregnant, I started to notice a lot of discoloration underneath my eyes. And yes, a lot of it had to do with being a busy, tired mom, but it also had to do with a lot of purple and blue superficial veins that sat just underneath my eyes. I started to realize that my dark circles weren't only because of me being sleep deprived or depleted, it also had to do with these little veins. So I started to do my research and I found out that the NDYAG laser was probably the best approach to targeting these little guys. I did my homework, I found someone in my city that did the procedure, and I contacted them to ask them if they did it. They did, so I'm going to share my experience with you here.
Okay guys, before I show you the experience about getting the laser, I just really want to show you the purple veins underneath my eyes. If you can see, they're just adding to that whole depleted and tired look. Yes, there's definitely some hollowness that adds to the dark circles, but a big portion of why I look so tired and depleted is due to these little purple veins. Okay, so I am off to the doctor's office, just trying to get some good lighting. Not wearing anything on my face. Okay, so I'm off to the doctor's office. We're gonna address these eye veins. Really curious what they can say about them, what they can do about them. I just have so much thinness and like dryness under my eyes, and I'm really trying to correct it and just kind of work on them. And yeah, consultation right now, first step. Really excited. Okay, everyone, so today is the day. I didn't confirm, but my consultation with the eye vein specialist, doctor, whatever, went well, and we are candidates. So I'm going in today to remove these purpley brown blue veins underneath my eyes. I'm hoping that helps with some of the eye bags. Obviously they're still hollow and there's still some discoloration just from stress in life and baby weight loss and all that fun stuff, but I think this is going to be the first step to rejuvenating my under eyes. I'm also going to get the laser around my nose. I've got some broken veins around my nose that they're going to zap today, and then I'm just going to leave the rest of my face for the fall because I'm looking at IPL because I've got brown spots and red spots, and I think just with summer around the corner, I'm not going to do it until the fall. So yes, these eye veins. I'll keep you posted. I'm really excited about today. Okay guys, so here I am on the table. Like any good treatment, we begin by cleansing my face, which actually just always feels so nice. Giving myself, a good scrub. If you were in the Calgary area, I went to McLeod Trail Plastic Surgery and saw Marley, and she was fantastic. I should probably take this opportunity to tell you how much the procedure cost. So you'll look at getting about 2 to 3 treatments spaced at about 4 weeks apart. This just keeps things safe and makes sure your skin is repaired and the veins have recovered and you're not going in and overblasting them. So each treatment costs $200. Depending on how aggressive your veins are, you may need 1 treatment, you may need 3 treatments. I ended up getting 2, so $400. I think it was completely worth it. Okay, Marley is now adding some numbing eye drops. These don't hurt at all. I mean, nobody likes getting stuff put in their eyes, but it was totally fine. And we're going to numb my eyes before we put in these protective shields. If you're squeamish, look away. They just kind of go into your eyes to protect your eyes from the laser. I didn't even realize how freaky I looked with these in, but whatever. Okay, look away now if you are really squeamish. I don't mind this at all. It didn't hurt. It was no discomfort, honestly. Not a big deal. It took 10 seconds, not even like 2 seconds to put in, and we were ready to go. Off to the races. Marley was getting her NDYAG laser all ready to go, and here we go. So you're going to feel like a little snap on your skin, but really there was no pain or no discomfort. She's going to add a nice little cooling gel underneath my veins, get the laser ready, pull the skin down, and away we go. There was also a little bit of air blowing just to cool the skin in case there was any heat. I didn't notice at all. Here Marley is breaking up the vein with her finger after she blasts it. She's going to give, 2 to 3 pulses per vein, and then kind of move on. Honestly, the whole procedure was so quick. I was in and out of there probably in 25 minutes. And that's from getting in, having a quick chat, her cleansing my face, putting the shields in, and then going off with the laser. So very, very quick, and there's very little downtime. There's a little bit of prep to do before you go and get this procedure done. She recommends you don't use any of your active ingredients like your acids or your retinols beforehand. So stopping use about 5 days before we get the procedure done. Here she's just getting some of those broken capillaries around my nose, which was also really nice. She did my nose, she did some on my cheeks, a little bit on my chin, and I actually noticed a big difference. These little red veins, I always cover them with concealer, but since getting this done, I've just noticed such an improvement in my skin. So aftercare is just like the before care. You're going to be gentle with your skin, using things that are very kind of subtle on your, or safe on your skin barrier. You're not going to be using your active ingredients like your glycolic acids or your salicylic acids or your retinols. You're going to be making sure you're protecting your skin from sunscreen and really just being very, very gentle. Okay, Marley's going to take these guys out after my procedure, and I say, that was so easy. I can see the light. I make a joke. Here I am laughing. And she cleanses my face once again, which feels so nice. Honestly, this was like heaven. This trip just taking a little breather and doing something for me. So Marley's going to finish off by, cleansing my skin, adding some moisturizer, adding some sunscreen. And honestly, it just felt so nice. So funny here. I'm really laughing. Anyways, I highly recommend this procedure. We're going to wrap up, and I cannot thank Marley at McLeod Trail Plastic Surgery in Calgary enough for doing such a fantastic job.
After my consultation, they told me, I was probably going to be in for 2 to 3 treatments, which I was totally fine with. I only ended up getting 2. I may go for a 3rd, but to be honest with you, my results will speak for themselves. I do want to say that I was completely happy. Marley, who did the procedure, was so professional, so wonderful, and she addressed any concerns that I had. So my first procedure was very easy, very little downtime, wasn't concerned, went about my day. My second procedure, I felt like maybe I had a little more swelling, a little more, not pain, but a little more discomfort in my face a couple days afterwards. I was a little, not concerned, but curious as to know if that was normal or not. So I ended up texting Marley, just saying, I still feel a little swollen. I still feel a little, discomfort. Is this normal? I took a picture, sent it to her. She responded right away and said, yes, at this point in the game, it is completely normal. It should subside. If it doesn't, let us know. But it was so nice to have a practitioner address any concerns that you might have. It doesn't matter what procedure you're doing, whether it's very invasive or non-invasive. There's always kind of this dialogue that happens internally after you get something done where you're like, oh my gosh, is this normal? Is it not normal? Was this always there? Or am I just noticing it now because of the procedure, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just so nice to have someone that you can talk to afterwards. So my recommendation is to do your research, to make sure you're going to someone who's qualified, who knows what they're doing, who've done it in the past, that can show you results, but who's also there for the post-care. I was so happy that Marley was able to address any of my concerns. She handled them very head on, and after, a couple of days, everything subsided, and I've been so happy with my results. There was no discomfort during the procedure. I found it actually quite relaxing. Maybe it's because I'm a mom with 3 kids, and any downtime to myself, whether that's getting, a laser treatment or not, is just like heaven. I highly recommend this procedure. I think I'm so happy with my results. I will show you, my before and after, and where I'm at now with these purple blue veins under my eyes.
To give you a really good look at the under eyes. Still some dark circles due to hollowness, due to being a little sleep deprived, but I have to say it's not due to those little purple veins anymore, and I feel so much better. I also think these close-up videos are very humbling.
It's really made a huge difference in my appearance in terms of not having such a deep, dark, depleted look. You have to do, your research, obviously. You have to look to see if it's right for you. But if you're someone who does have those little superficial veins underneath your eyes that may be adding to your tired look, then I do highly recommend checking out the NDYA laser. It was right for me and may be right for you. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and we will see you guys in the next one.